Don't ask me to talk.
And welcome to a very exciting special Boxing Day edition of Don't Ask Me to Talk. I'm one of your podcast pals and one of your boxers, Eric Ryder.
I'm the other one in the ring. I'm Stacy. I'm like doing the boxing thing, but that's not what that means, if I recall correctly.
Wait, what?
Boxing. Well, boxing. I'm
Boxing Day itself.
Right. Like I'm
Yes.
holding up my fist like I'm in the ring.
That's right.
Boxing. But you're referring to the tradition about the day after Christmas where people box things up and
That's right, because that's when
bring
this
gifts.
this drops.
Yes. Isn't it like the rich folk bring their leftovers to the poor folk?
It's meant to be about donating gifts to those in need. But in this country, it immediately came to mean, packing up the gifts you didn't want and returning them to the store, essentially. So different strokes for different folks. But,
I like the other one where you're like, things that you're not going to use at all. Like the holidays can be an embarrassment of riches, right? Whether that is gifts that you receive or food that you have or whatever it is. And so the idea that you share the spoils of the holiday with somebody else, even if you're just offloading that fruitcake from like your Auntie May.
Oh, yeah. No, I toss some figgy pudding out the window at passersby every now and again.
Does it hurt, do you think?
just to make sure they're in the Christmas spirit.
Meanwhile, they're like, ow, a-hole.
No, I of course don't do any of that. I'm not
Of
sure
course.
comical Grinch or a Scrooge character.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
as proof of that, I got my tree up this week.
Stop it. It's so early.
And all lit up. So, yeah. Happy days.
Wow. Did you get lit up while the tree got lit up?
No, because I still had, let's be honest with folks. We're recording this on the Tuesday before Christmas.
Yes.
And it comes out after Christmas. So when we say, how was your Christmas? We're just speculating, really. It could be a disaster.
I mean,
yes.
actually, I say we're manifesting, Eric.
Oh, well, there you go.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm still working. So yeah, keeping the getting lit up until maybe Christmas Eve.
Okay, that's fair.
I got some
That's
nog.
Totally
So maybe I'll try putting in a little cider, and if it doesn't curdle, then enjoyment will be had.
I cannot get behind the whole eggnog thing. It's not, first of all, if you listen to this program / pod, then you know that I have the taste buds of basically like a 7-year-old child.
Which means you
And-
should love eggnog.
No, it's gross and milky. Ugh.
You don't like dairy.
No,
That's your
not like
thing. Okay.
that. Like I want Cambozola.
Is that a cheese?
It is a cheese.
Okay, yeah.
And it has a little bit of blue in it. So look
Maybe
at
they should
me.
make an eggnog cheese. I don't know. But
I mean,
you typically don't like sweetened beverages,
No.
regardless. So yeah, you've
It's
got a
true.
very limited beverage palate. I seem to recall it's Diet Coke or whiskey or some combo of the two is your dream beverage.
It is water-ish, Diet Coke, and gin and tonics. I also like myself a rum punch. Now, traditionally, don't you spike the eggnog with rum?
I am not 100% sure on that because I never do the alcoholic version of eggnog, but I thought it was whiskey. And I could be wrong on that, of course, because
I think
like
it's
I said,
whatever's handy.
yeah,
Because
yeah, rum might be too sweet, but yeah, I thought that you were supposed to cut the sweetness with like something like whiskey, so it was a little bit less sweet. But I've always enjoyed it cold and non-alcoholic.
There you go.
Yeah. So ideally, I like the eggnog ice cream probably is the best version for me. I tell you what I can't get behind is when I see the eggnog lattes for sale. I just go, that combo seems bad to me.
Yeah, it's just not my jam. My son Charlie likes eggnog a lot. I feel like you and he are like a separated at birth between your eclectic taste in movies and music and your very like puritanical tastes. And by that I mean pure. I don't mean like
puritanical taste.
Look, I have a cold if you can't hear it, people, and it's giving me brain fog.
To be fair, I am wearing a hat with a buckle.
Well, so there you go.
I've outlawed Christmas in my house. And
no, I don't know. There's like he really likes those kinds of things and is very much a purist. That's the word I was looking for.
So you don't think I'm a pilgrim?
No.
Okay.
I do not think that you are a pilgrim. What is that? There's a line from a movie like, "Howdy, pilgrim," or something like that.
I think that was like a John Wayne kind of catch-all phrase that people did when they did impressions of John Wayne.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Whether he actually said it or not, I don't know.
This could be a cultural blind spot for us.
I don't think I've ever watched a John Wayne movie, so it's all pretty much all blind spots for me when it comes to that guy. I did see the remake of True Grit, and my understanding is the remake is far, far superior to the original version.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I am tempted to watch the original version because I enjoyed the remake so much that I kind of want to see, well, geez, what did they change?
Wasn't that with Josh Brolin?
The
remake.
The remake? I don't think he's in it.
I don't know who's in it. I'm trying to think who's in it.
Jeff Daniels.
Oh, yeah. He plays a really kind of like classic.
He plays Rooster Cogburn, which is the role that, of course, the guy we're talking about.
Yes. Played. Yes. Okay. All right. So, hey, listeners, in case you are new to this program, we tend to pull the string of whatever.
Sorry, I just looked it up. And yes, in fact, Josh Brolin was in that. I forgot about him.
Thank you.
Because it's mostly Jeff Bridges and Matt Damon. But yeah, Brolin does have a role as the villain, actually.
He plays a good villain.
He's good at being a villain, yeah.
He's very good at being a villain. Okay, Thanos anyway, himself. I was saying that if you're new, then this whole opening bit is not a bit. This is how we roll.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like bowling without bumpers. Like we go into the gutter sometimes. Sometimes it's a wild off the back.
That's right.
It happens.
We never met a tangent we didn't like or want to take.
Totally.
Yeah.
I prefer actually though bowling with bumpers, which is frowned upon apparently if you're
because it's for toddlers. Yes.
Whatever.
But are you a good bowler? I am curious about that. I don't think we've ever talked about bowling.
We haven't. Am I a good bowler? I
don't know why, but I feel like I get the impression from you that you are a good bowler.
I'm not a bad bowler.
Okay.
Now, if one of the kids who's home is hearing this conversation, they may be inclined to come and correct me. I don't know. I get bored easily. So then I'm like, whatever.
That tracks.
Right. But I don't have a bad like setup, and I'm like, pachoom. Yeah, that's the sound of the ball going down the lane.
When you say you don't have a bad setup, do you mean at home? Or is this like the White House where you've set up lanes in your house? And
No, no. Like there is a whole wind up
Okay.
to
Sure.
throwing the ball or
Yes.
whatever it is that you do. And like Pete has his wind up, and it makes me laugh because his wind up after he throws the bowling ball, he does this thing with his wrist, like he's waving it back and forth, like, I don't have my glove on, so I'm not doing my as well as I normally do. But really, it's because years and years ago, when the kids were little, he thought it would be fun to skimboard at the beach in Rhode Island, and he fell, and 100% he broke his wrist, and he was like, it's fine, 'tis but a flesh wound, and never got it checked out. And so I think that whatever bones you use when you're bowling, it must aggravate his skimboard incident wrist.
That's possible.
So, but my wind up is pretty good. I think I get the leg behind, like the follow through.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But you're not in a league or anything like that.
I mean, I'm in a league of my own.
Well, there you go.
What about you? How are you, mister?
I am a intermittently decent bowler. And oftentimes within the same game, I will be terrible and great. It's so random. And then sometimes I'll go and I'll be great for a night. And then the next time I go, I'm just awful, just gutter after gutter. And it's like, I'm trying to find a happy balance where, I could be like just halfway decent. It would be nice. But instead it's just like, oh my God, this guy has never walked into a bowling alley before in his life. And now he's trying it for the first time. Bless him. And then other times it's like, turkey, right? Which is where you get the 3 strikes in a row. So
totally. It's definitely one of those sports. I mean, I think all sports are about practice, but there's definitely, like you figure out like the weight of your ball that like you can toss it fast enough, and then people learn to do the whole like curve thing and hook around and all this stuff. And I'm like, nobody got time for that. Yeah. And I think that my grandmother used to bowl because I have her diaries from back in the day. And when I look through them occasionally, she talks about how, and went to bowling. And I'm like, is that code for something? Or like, were you in a ladies bowling league?
Passed out in the gutter. She must be she must be into bowling.
Well, I mean, her husband was an alcoholic, so
she keeps referring to people as pinheads. They must all be into bowling.
That also tracks.
Unless it's code.
Unless it's code.
Right.
Well, she used to have a phrase when you would say something to her and she'd say, I'll tell the cockeyed world.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means.
Well, the world is pretty cockeyed, so I get it.
Yeah. So, just spilling grandma tea. Anyway, okay, so theoretically your tree is up. How were the days leading up to Christmas? Is it a stressful time for you, or is it good?
It's decent. I'm always trying to get, some last minute presents. Cause, everybody goes back and forth between, I don't want anything to, what I could use to, it's just like, okay, so I guess we are getting gifts for each other. So, so really I should just learn the lesson that regardless of what is said, gifts will be exchanged. So I should just, start shopping in November or whatever, like people that are really on it do. But yeah, I never learned that lesson.
Well, are you a, no, I don't want anything person, or do you like share, hey, I would love.
No, I'm terrible about it too. Like it's saying what I want. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah. This sounds like, the trite thing that you say around the holidays, but I genuinely enjoy giving the gifts, I am not great at receiving gifts. And I was trying to explain this to my older daughter. Like, it's almost like when I'm on it, I am like really on it in terms of giving gifts to other people. So I'm trying to be thoughtful, like giving a book about Easter Island to somebody who's been to Stonehenge and,
They're both rock themed.
like really thinking about the person that I'm giving the gift to. And so then when I get a gift, I'm sort of like, yeah, that's great. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, I do use that. But it's like, I must have some like crazy expectation that someone's going to see into like my core inner child self, that like the perfect gift. And by the way, I don't even know what that is.
Right.
And it's like, I'm expecting somebody to touch upon something that like has the angels singing up in heaven in a beautiful chorus, and it doesn't ever happen.
Yep. And then when you get what you get, it's always kind of a disappointment, because it's like, well, I didn't ask for this, but you didn't ask for anything really, which is the problem,
Right. Or I did ask for it, and I'm like, why the heck did I ask for that?
Yeah. Or the interpretation of what you asked for is like off from your expectation. So it's like you can't help but be disappointed, and then you're like, but grateful, but at the same time a little bit like, So it is tough.
Yes, you're getting it.
Right.
And so, but I do derive crazy joy from, finding things for the kids. And it's a little different now because we've switched up how we do it. And so they want a lot more practical things. Like they don't have room in their apartments for, nonsense little trinkets. Although I will say that as we're packing up the house to get ready to sell it, I'm like, Will, here's a book of Ben Franklin, Wit and Wisdom. Boop. And, like Annie was talking about how she needs a letter opener because her nails make it hard to open letters. I'm like, boop. Those things that when I walk around the house that I don't need to move that, and it's perfect for them. So you're welcome. It's like Boxing Day, but it's like moving also.
Sure. Yeah, you're boxing up your stuff and giving it away to your kids.
Right.
So, yes. Yeah. So I've got the decorations up. It's looking nice, and it's starting to get me more into the mood of the holidays now, because I haven't really been in the mood up till now. So,
do you do any holiday baking?
Some years I do, some years I don't. Often we're buying like a pre-made pie for Christmas. The girlfriend, she's like making cookies has been her thing recently. So we've been eating like snickerdoodles and stuff for months. Like anytime we're out of a dessert, she'll like whip them up. Yeah. Which is not great for my waistline, but it is good for my taste buds. So I can't complain.
That's good. Yeah. We have a tradition. We have sliding doors in our kitchen. And for, I don't know, the past 5 or 6 years, Grace has taken those chalk markers that you can write on glass, and she writes the list of the 7 fish that we eat on Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah, because you do the Italian thing.
Yep. She lists all the cookies that we bake and that we'll have that year. And she lists the holiday movies that we have to check off and watch. So you
got your checklist, your holiday checklist, I guess.
Yes, but it's a festive like decoration. And we've made our peanut blossoms, which are already halfway gone. Pete makes peanut brittles, so we call it Peter Brittle. I'm working on batters for sugar cookies and gingerbread cookies and I need to make. Pete's grandmother used to make these. They're Italian cookies, and they're really light, and they're made with oil. Ugh.
Well, all cookies are made with oil.
Well, they are. I know they're made with the fat, but it's like vegetable oil and a ton of sugar, and you beat these things for 10 minutes, and they're delicious.
Okay. That description doesn't sound great, but
I know.
I'll take your word for it.
They evoke some memory for Pete. And so he was like, I want to do Graham's cookies. So we're doing Graham's cookies. Yeah, it's a busy time of year. And every year I get sick because of all of the traditions. Like, if I can give a PSA to anybody that is at the early stages of parenthood and celebrates holidays.
I thought you were going to say perimenopause, but okay.
No.
It makes sense too.
No. Don't do so much when the kids are young, because those are going to be fond memories for them, and you're going to have to keep that ish up. And so now that I'm older, I'm run ragged, and I'm I got to make the cookies. I got to do this. I got to do that. And it's a lot.
Yeah. Isn't it something that you can pass on the traditions, like a job to each of them, so they can continue the tradition?
I think so. Wouldn't you? Here's the thing, though. 2 of the 3 that live out of state are home, but they're working. And then, then they have holiday shopping they need to do after work, or they're hanging out with friends or things like that. And so, it's okay, I'll just be over here. Don't mind me.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, that's what keeps me from getting stuff done, is being, working and have to do all my normal life stuff. And then to layer the holiday stuff on top of that, it's well, I didn't have time for my regular life.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot of traditions that, we've created as a family. And so you want to keep up with them. But last night we played a new game, which was really fun, called Ransom Notes. And it's kind of magnetic poetry meets Cards Against Humanity, I guess.
All right.
So you're given a situation
Haven't played either of those, but
okay. Well, you are given a situation, a prompt, where you have to communicate something. One of them was, you're writing a letter to the parents of your private school, letting them know that you had to let go of the chemistry teacher. And so you have all of these magnetic words and a little magnetic board in front of you. And so you're putting together sort of a ransom note type thing. And there were some really funny responses. It was accident in lab, things kaboom, gone. And, because you don't have all the proper grammar and whatever, it sounds a bit like a ransom note.
Okay.
It's very fun and very creative. And
you have to cut the letters out of a magazine also?
Well, and that's what it looks like, because they're all the magnetic pieces. And so the ends, like the ED or the S or ING, are all part of it as well. Nice. So it's very fun. Highly recommend if you're looking for a fun, creative game without a lot of rules. Highly recommend Ransom Notes.
Well, very good. We'll check it out.
Yeah. So any other holiday things that you are doing or anticipating?
Well, no. Still trying to figure out New Year's Eve, what if anything, that we're doing for that. But I have a couple days off coming up. So, and actually when this drops, it'll be one of those days off. So I'll probably invest some time trying to figure that out. But yeah, it's it's all coming together, so to speak.
There you go. Well, I'm working on New Year's Eve, so you could visit me where I work.
Maybe I will.
It'll be super fun to watch me run around and be completely stressed.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like too much fun.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I was going to say the just quickly on the Christmas decorations, because I've been keeping you updated on all my neighbors' Christmas decorations over the last several weeks. Well, not just the leg lamps, but also the neighbors with the skeletons that put on. They added to it. They added like a little tree made out of lights, which was nice because they have a flagpole. So they added the lights hanging down, and the skeletons look very festive now. And then I was going to say another neighbor has a full-blown Christmas octopus, which I had no idea that they had Christmas octopuses, or if that's just in reference to them just accepting our new underwater reality that we seem to be having here in the Great Northwest this Christmas, or what. But, it's a festive octopus. So
what a bizarre but kind of awesome. Is it like a big one that like the legs are like?
Yeah, it's a big one.
And is it in holiday colors?
Yeah, I think it might have a Santa hat and maybe holding some bells or something like that. It's definitely Christmas themed. It's not just an octopus, but it's an octopus celebrating Christmas.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That almost makes me feel bad that one of the 7 fish that we have is calamari. I mean, I know that's squid, but still, they're like related.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know how you eat that, but
it's delicious.
Is it?
5 gold rings of calamari.
Right. Okay. And then the other thing I was going to say, I've noticed that, all those the popular decoration for people's yards seems to be the ones where they've got a pump blowing them up.
Oh, the inflatables.
Yeah, the inflatables. But the pump is running all the time, it seems like, to keep those inflated. They're not like a raft or something where you blow it up and close the lid and you're done, right, or close the valve and you're done. They've got like a pump keeping them inflated all the time, which means like when they turn those off, it looks like a death scene on the yard. Like these characters are just completely wiped out. So like Bluey and his family are just look like the Saturday Night Massacre has happened. And they're just down, face down in the yard, like, and completely deflated. Not just emotionally, but physically. It's wild to drive by when they're not, turned on. It's depressing, really.
I totally agree with you. I'm like, if you're going to commit to doing the inflatables, you have to commit to doing them all the time, or it does look like a steamroller came in and just wiped out the town of Whoville.
Yes, it's kind of sad.
It is.
But I don't know why they don't make them so that they can just be inflated and close the valve and you're done. Why do you have to have a pump going all the time? That seems very wasteful.
Because it wants to pump you up.
Sure. Wants to pump up Bluey and family. But yeah, power outage and they're down for the count.
Yeah.
And with the wind too. That's the other thing. Like I've seen some yards where they're like not just dead, deflated, but strewn across the yard. It's sad. We checked off one of our holiday movies last night. We watched Christmas Vacation, and that scene at the end where the broken sleigh and reindeer go up and make it into the night thanks to Uncle Eddie's noxious fumes and gas. Right.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic for a reason. But yeah, I'm with you on the inflatables. I keep thinking that it would be a really fun thing to do, and I'm always like about to pull the trigger and like buy it, and then I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So we just do the lights outside the house.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine too.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah, however you celebrate.
Exactly.
I hope you're enjoying this festive time.
Exactly.
Hey, should we take a break and then come back with our cultural blind spots? Or tell you what, since it's the holidays, why don't we skip the break?
What? Some additional content?
And just go steamroll straight into our cultural blind spots if we had some. I know I actually checked off a big one this week. And
really?
you might have just checked off your regular cultural stuff because you talked about watching Christmas Vacation again, which, I think is one that we've both seen several times. But yeah, I checked off a big one.
So tell me.
Well, I finally watched Casablanca, which I'd never seen before.
What?
Right.
I was talking about this after we did last week's show. I was talking about this with my coworkers, and the 21-year-old, I was like, do you know, like, play it again, Sam? Or like, we've got this gin joints, or of all the gin joints, and like,
it looks looking at you, kid.
Exactly. And she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so I was like, wow. Okay, so tell me, what did you think?
You know what? I was all prepared to hate it. I was all prepared to be like, this crap is overrated. People dislike it because it's sappy and whatever. And because people say like, this is a great picture or whatever. Right. I was all prepared to be like, whatever. This is overrated. Like some of the classic movies that people have held up as these masterpieces, sometimes just to me don't necessarily they're good in some respects, but just don't I just can't get into it. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I tell you what, I enjoyed Casablanca. I thought it was a fun movie. I thought it was well done. And yeah, enjoyed it quite a bit actually. I tell you, there's one aspect that I didn't quite believe was their Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman's relationship in Paris before Casablanca, their love story, their love montage. That, for whatever reason, just felt a little ham-fisted to me. Like I couldn't see what either of them saw in each other. Right. I totally bought into the fact that they were emotionally affected and the reason why they had to separate and all that stuff in the present of the movie. Mm-hmm. But once they flash back and then it's like it's supposed to be like, now you understand why they were so in love. There didn't seem to be any reason for these people to be together, and nothing about Humphrey Bogart's character, Rick, seemed terribly appealing.
He seems like a cranky old man.
And and probably his kisses probably taste like an ashtray, smoking nonstop.
There is that.
Yeah. I mean, like the most appealing thing, it seemed like they were trying to set up is like, oh, he's going to drink champagne while the Germans invade. It just, I didn't get any kind of feeling of why either of them were together aside from they're both attractive, but that doesn't necessarily mean like the great love story of all time. That's the great getting it on story, I guess.
I totally understand what you're saying. But I also agree. Like I saw it. I was telling the gal that I work with that the school that I went to, it when I tell the story, it sounds like so ridiculous. I went to an all-girls private school, and once a year we would have a day off. It was called a congé, and you would go through like morning announcements, and then they'd be like, surprise, you're not going to actually do anything school related today. And so that particular year they were showing movies in different classrooms. And so I went and I watched it, and I was like, Oh, and with the background of the war in it and just the things that are going on and all of the layers of complexity and
Yeah.
like the spoken and unspoken, that was really fascinating to me. And I was also like mystified by this, like, where is Casablanca? Like what is this place that people are going to?
Right.
But I definitely
In
agree with
Morocco.
you. Yes, yes. But I definitely agree with you on the like, huh, he doesn't seem like a super fun guy. Like, I don't know why she's like, oh, Rick. I'm
Yes.
like, I mean, like, I guess, but what? Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, it is beautifully shot. And I do love the fact that it's 1942 and they're talking about, the troubles of World War II,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're right smack in the middle of it, essentially, and able to craft this story that incorporates World War II, but at the same time feels timeless. It's pretty amazing and pretty difficult to do, I would think. And of course, Ingrid Bergman, uh, have you ever noticed how much she looks like Isabella Rossellini?
It's crazy. It's like their family.
It's like their family, yes. And I mean, she's gorgeous in it, and yeah, it's good. It's fun, and the fact that it's an hour 42 and not like 2.5 hours, I think is very beneficial for it because it moves by at a quick pace. There's not a lot of fat there, and the characters are all a lot of fun. And at the same time as it's a balancing act because it's a very serious subject in certain respects, like people's lives are on the line, but it's also, they're having a lot of fun. Like, when the police chief shuts down the Ricks, and because the Germans make him shut down Ricks, and he's like, I don't have a reason to. And they're like, make something up. And he's like, no, we're closing this establishment. I had no idea that gambling went on here. And then the guy's like, here's your winnings, sir. And he's like, oh, thank you. It's There's lots of really fun stuff like that in there that makes it really enjoyable, even with the layers of I don't know. It's I think a tough balancing act that they just mastered beautifully. And if they had, and I feel like if they had just made the love story work a little more in the flashback, I would say this was a perfect movie. But even with that, that one qualm, I still think it's a fun watch and well worth it.
Do you think that they didn't get along?
I have no idea. I didn't research any of the background of the making of it, but I would entirely believe that they they hated each other or something, and then buried that for the acting. But I could just as easily believe that they were best friends, and it just didn't quite carry to the screen.
Translate.
Yeah, because of the script or whatever.
That's a good one, though. That's a really good one to knock off your list.
There's so many things that are huge in the culture, and this has been parodied a million times. But there's so many like catchphrases in this movie that come up that it's like, oh, okay, I get it. That like the play it again, Sam. Of
all the gin joints,
and maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but sometime you're going to regret this. That sort of stuff. That's all in this movie. It's such like a wellspring for popular culture that there was stuff that I was expecting to come up that's not in there. I'm like, when does he say, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn? And then I was like, oh wait, that's a different movie, isn't it? But this felt like the source of so much stuff that I was expecting stuff that wasn't even in it. But yeah, it's really one of the most referenced movies of all time. So nice to finally put that to bed and be like, okay, I get it. This is what they're talking about. This is what that means.
Yes. I mean, it's it's pretty darn good, actually.
Yeah, a fun one. And it's not, necessarily holiday related, but just a classic movie. I think any time of year is What the Doctor Ordered.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm trying to think of the other movies that we were talking about with my coworker. We were talking about, we got into a whole discussion about Cruel Intentions. And then there's the one version of that, but then there's the version, and that's the one with Reese Witherspoon, I think, and Ryan Philippe. But then there's a version of it where it's set in I think the 17 or maybe the 1800s, and it's with Michelle Pfeiffer. I don't know. So we were talking about that. Then we got into a whole thing talking about movies like Heathers and things like that. Just you forget all the movies that are out there. Are you looking up Cruel Intentions?
I was, 1999 Cruel Intentions.
And
Sarah Michelle Gellar,
Yep.
Ryan Phillippe, Reese Witherspoon, Selma Blair. I haven't seen that. I don't know if it's considered a classic or not, but
it's an interesting dark ride.
It was big when it came out in 99.
Yeah, oh yeah. It spawned a lot of careers and a child, because that's when Reese Witherspoon and Ryan got together, and
I didn't know that.
She was with child.
Well, there you go.
So
Christine Baranski is in it.
Yes. Gotta love her.
She's very good in The Gilded Age. I don't know if you've watched that at all on HBO Max. But I've watched a couple episodes of that because I found out Carrie Coon is in it, who I think is fantastic.
Oh, yes.
And so far, I feel like this has got to be, I've never watched Downton Abbey, but I feel like this has got to be what Downton Abbey is like. It's just a bunch of rich people with no real problems, navigating their made up world of issues.
Well, because society's constraints.
Yeah, the costumes are great. And the acting is good. It's fairly enjoyable, but I would like it if there was maybe a little more edge to it, like a Boardwalk Empire had. But maybe something happens as we get further into it.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I might have to check out more.
Well, I watched, so lest you think that this segment is not inspiring people to watch things, I ended up watching the third Knives Out movie. Oh,
you did? And what did you think? Because my opinion was that, just to recap for folks that didn't catch last week, I enjoyed it, but I had some qualms. Much like Casablanca, but I think I enjoyed Casablanca more than Wake Up Dead Man, which I thought was good, but I did have some qualms. But I still 75% positive, I think, on that one. So eager to hear what you thought of it.
So I really liked it. I agree with you that the Mila Kunis role, the sheriff, I'm like, that felt like we've got to find a way to bring him in. And in the first one, he was hired and brought in, and it was an interesting way to do it. The second one, he was contacted by the sister, and it was we've got to get you in here. This one was I'm glad you know somebody and you could get me in here. It's too, at the beginning when he was having a dialogue with the young priest about religion, it would have made more sense if he was
And you're talking about Benoit Blanc.
Yes, I am.
World famous detective.
exactly who I'm talking about. It would have made more sense if he was like checking out like property in upstate New York and ran into this little village and was like, what is going on here? This
Right.
is like, this is like Salem, Massachusetts during the time. And so it was a very flimsy connection. And also, like, I'm pretty sure that if you think that somebody murdered someone else, they're like in jail. They're not like out and about, like helping try to solve the crime.
Well, they would be in jail if there was actually any evidence against them.
Well, that's true. All right.
But it didn't appear that there was evidence against them. And also, I mean, that's part of like, I think why that her role, they needed somebody there to be like, it's impossible for this guy to have killed him. So we can't, arrest him at this point. But for me, I just didn't buy her as a sheriff of a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole town had this like weird vibe about it, like the people in it. And so she didn't have that. Like she should have either had more disdain for like these people that go to this church are wackadoodles, or she should have been a little darker herself, very Twin Peaks-esque,
Yeah.
And so,
but what did you think of the mystery?
I thought the mystery was elaborate.
Yes.
Very, very elaborate. But I thought it was good. Like, it's weird because my takeaways had less to do with like the mystery seemed very elaborate to me. And if you're somebody that is a devout Catholic, then, you may consider it blasphemy, some of the things that like happens, but you may not, I don't know. But like my takeaway is it actually did a good job of supporting the idea of, or validating what the priesthood can do if done right and with true intention. Because Benoit Blanc was constantly like, religion is this and it's that and whatever. And then he was witnessing what this young priest was doing and was like,
right.
Oh, it's a calling. So I thought that was really interesting.
I mean, it was two sides of the coin. Somebody using using religion in the wrong way and someone using it in the right way. So that was an interesting examination that I didn't expect going into it. I mean, with the characters, the priest that was murdered versus the priest that was being blamed for the murder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was interesting. I agree. It definitely shows the two sides of the coin. So it was really good. I mean, honestly, it was really good. It does feel like they're going to have to keep getting.
And once again, Brolin as a villain.
Brolin as a villain.
And really convincing as a villain.
Yes. Really convincing as a villain. Like,
yes.
I'm like, do you have a dark soul, sir? Like, what's your deal? And the priest.
Father Thanos.
Yeah. Yes. The priest, I was like, you're adorable. And the fact that he had a neck tattoo, I was like, okay, love this for him. Who says a man of the cloth can't have a tattoo around the cloth? And
well, he was a boxer before.
Yes.
He joined the priesthood.
Yes, he was.
So it all ties back to Boxing Day here. We didn't even plan it.
That's crazy. It feels like a Knives Out mystery podcast.
Exactly. So many twists.
Yeah.
You
so
will never see any of our twists coming.
No, we don't.
Because we don't. Yeah, exactly. We have no idea.
So net bottom line, it was very fun. Of course, very elaborate, maybe a little too elaborate. But honestly, I think it's because when you're watching, you're trying to figure out like who done it. And you may figure that out, but then you're still going to be surprised. And you're like, what? How did we get here?
Right.
Like, what? So yeah, Yeah, it was enjoyable.
Good. I'm glad you liked it, and I'm glad that we're on the same page with some of our thoughts about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like my criticisms or thoughts on stuff are shared by nobody but me. So
No.
it's nice occasionally to get backed up.
Yeah,
Not
no, no, no.
that's not that everybody sees things the same way, and that's what makes the world great.
Right.
But
I'm with you.
sometimes it's nice to not feel crazy.
You are crazy, but you're not crazy for that reason.
Fair enough. I was going to do one more recommendation, though, because the other thing I've been watching is the last 3 seasons of Inside Number 9, which is a British show that you can find on BritBox, or you can find all these seasons now on Canopy. They had been up to season 6 and then recently dropped the last 3 on Canopy. So that's where I caught up on them. And I just love it. It's a great show. It's a British show, but it's written and stars the same guys. And they it's a black comedy.
What do you mean it's written? So the guys that wrote it are starring in it.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. And you said it's called Inside Number 9.
Yes.
And it's a dark comedy.
It is a dark comedy and anthology series. It stars Reese Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton. And they've got each episode is like a little play, but it's not like it's not produced like a play, meaning that it's more produced like a little mini movie. But it's a different story each time. Okay. It's kind of like the Twilight Zone in that respect. It's an anthology series, so a different cast except for those two each episode, and they go places that nobody would have ever expected. There's a twist to every episode. And it goes, far beyond anything that you would expect for a twist in most cases. And sometimes it goes to the darkest places possible. But at the same time, the writing that leads up to it is so crisp and so brilliant and so funny sometimes that it's just super fun to be along for the ride. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Inside Number 9. And I'd love to hear if anybody else has watched this show and what they think, because it may be too dark in some places for some folks. But for me, the fact that it's those two guys and the fact that the dialogue and setup and stuff is so smart and so funny that by the time you get to the dark stuff, it's easier to swallow because it's not about dwelling on that dark stuff like some horror movies are. It's it's a fun ride until you get to oh no.
Right.
I can't believe they did that. And I don't want to give away any of the storylines because it's all there's always a twist. But it's always fun.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out. If you want something that also has the word inside in the title and it is far lighter, then we are currently watching season 2 of Man on the Inside with Ted Danson, and it has Mary Steenburgen. It is adorable.
I hear good things.
It's just adorable.
And this is on Netflix.
Yep. And I can't it's not meant to be scintillating. It's not meant to be it's smart. It's not it's a stupid show, but it's just enjoyable. It's like having a Werther's original there.
Okay. So it's old people candy.
Yes, because it's about old people.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
So it makes sense. So anyway, all right. Well, I'll check out I was going to say, I'll check out your inside. You can check mine, but not like that, people. Gosh. All right. So we're not taking a break.
Yeah. Why don't we just jump right into our top topic for the week, which for folks that have not joined us before, you should go back and check out older episodes. This one is a good one, but maybe not the best one to introduce you to what we do. But each week we do a top topic, and that's a topic that we select randomly to talk about. And we do that with the help of the Wheel O Topics that randomly selects a topic for us. And Stacey, you're the one that comes up with the various different topics to talk about and puts them on the wheel. And I believe last week we selected weird food combos. So I always like to find out what the inspiration, the little nugget, the kernel of inspiration was for the topic.
So this one came up because of a social media trend that's been happening. There is a place in Connecticut close to where we used to live. We used to go to this store. It's called Stew Leonard's. And Stew Leonard's really started out as like a dairy store. And it was featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not, if you can believe it.
A dairy store?
Yes.
So they have like milk and cheese or whatever?
Yep, all the things.
I've never heard of just a store that's just for dairy.
Well, it started out as that, but then you should look it up online.
I guess except for ice cream shops.
Right. So check it out. And the store, it's like you go in and now it has much more, but it's not your typical like shelves where you can get everything. You can sort of only get certain things. And they have animatronics everywhere and songs. And like my kids would go through and there's samples, and check it out online. Trust me. I saw Paul Newman there once. Man, that man was adorable with those blue eyes. Anyway, I digress. They are trending on social media because they take their vanilla ice cream and they dip it in butter.
Okay.
And people are going nuts for this. And I was like, I don't know what I think about this.
Yeah.
And it's a weird food combo, but people are like, I know it sounds weird. It sounds crazy, but it's delicious. And so it just inspired me to think about, okay, what are some other weird food combos that like we've heard of or that we like? I mean, Elvis famously liked, what was it? Like banana and peanut butter or something?
Right.
So, there's got to be things that you like because you're weird.
Yeah.
And
you're the one eating the calamari.
It's not weird, man.
Oh, I think it's weird.
Okay. So I thought it would be fun to explore, like, are there things that you eat or that you've heard of that are delish?
Yeah, I was thinking about this last week. And, the funny thing is I had totally forgotten that this was our topic. But just randomly, I was thinking about it, and that must have been the inspiration. But I had forgotten that was the inspiration. You know how our brains work.
I do indeed.
But I'll tell you, I used to love a slice of cheddar on pretty much any sandwich. So like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, slice of cheddar, plus it up. Boom.
What?
Yeah, it was really good. I got the inspiration from having a slice of cheddar on a piece of apple pie and going, you know what? This is pretty great. And then I'm like, well, PB&J, what about a slice of cheddar? Boom. It was good. It sounds weird, but I enjoyed it. And I used to even do like a half and half, because like a cheese sandwich would be like mayonnaise, cheese, mayonnaise on bread, right? And a peanut butter, jelly, bread. Sometimes I would combine the two, do mayonnaise on one side, cheese and peanut butter. And so I combined those and I enjoyed that too. Weird, yes. Good? Yes.
All right. I'm just going to have to. I am just going to have to believe you on this one. Didn't you also say that you dip your fries
In milkshakes. Yeah.
in milkshakes?
Yeah,
My
I love
kids
that.
do that
It's a
too.
great
And they
combo.
like chocolate especially.
The salty and sweet together is delicious.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I remember as a kid putting, and my mother gave, okay, this gives you some insight into my psyche and my growing up. My mother used to give us buttered elbow macaroni, you know, the stuff that you use for macaroni and cheese, but we
Sure.
didn't do that. We did just buttered. And I used to put ketchup on it and I loved it because it was like sweet.
I still put ketchup on my macaroni and cheese.
My mother was like, that is disgusting. And someday you're
And
going
also,
to get. Go
are
ahead.
you taking notes on this, writing down recipes? Because I do hear a pencil going.
Oh, sorry. I am. I am writing this down because these are hard recipes.
Yes.
So you're saying, so we're talking about the dip fries in a milkshake and the ketchup on mac. Can you hear it? Cheese.
Yes.
So she used to give me a hard time and she was like, that's disgusting. Someday you're going to go out to some fancy dinner and like, they're going to think that you're crazy. And I remember thinking,
Don't
like,
care.
well, no, I wasn't smart enough to think I don't care. I was like, what fancy dinner am I going to that they're serving me buttered pasta?
Right. That's a good question.
And ketchup. Like, what are we talking about?
Yes.
And also, by the way, Joan, Mom, like ketchup is like tomato sauce. It makes total sense.
Oh yeah. No, I mean it's a delicious combo. And of course there was a Kids in the Hall sketch where these guys, couple of losers, and their whole existence was eating macaroni and cheese with ketchup on top. And they sing a song, Odio Noten Day. Odio Day. And then they would have the macaroni with ketchup on top. And then they ended up winning a contest where the head of the ketchup company and the head of the macaroni and cheese company gave them lifetime supplies of each. And then they got a tapeworm. And
Stop
so
it.
the song was Odio Noten Day, fattening up our tapeworm. And so I think of that every time I put a little ketchup on my mac and cheese, but I still enjoy it.
That's crazy. Wow.
But it also reminds me of like when as a kid I used to love to have ketchup on steak on the rare occasions that I would have steak, and people would be like, you can't put ketchup on steak, you know, and I'm being like, well, why not? And then there would be these commercials also for like A1 that would be like, you wouldn't put ketchup on a steak. And what is a hamburger but chopped steak? So go with A1 steak sauce and your hamburger will thank you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, no, I would totally put ketchup on a hamburger. So why wouldn't I put it on a steak?
Right. Like the reverse works too.
Exactly. Yes. I don't want steak sauce on my burger.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Good. I've also like balsamic vinegar on ice cream.
Now that's a weird combo. But I bet there's something to it.
Mm-hmm. And especially if you do a balsamic reduction, like it's sort of like, you know, it becomes more of like a
Does it matter the ice cream?
Vanilla ice cream is best, I think. But I don't know, you could go wild. Like, can you imagine?
Maybe a strawberry ice cream. That would be
that could
combo.
be interesting.
Yeah.
That could be really interesting. Let's see, what else? There's lots of weird combos that involve like mayonnaise or sour cream or something like that, which to me, it's sort of like dipping pizza in ranch. I mean, that's along that whole trend of, you know, let me dip my fill in the blank into some fatty white sauce.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's all about personal taste, really. And like there's so many like cultures that do stuff that, we think is gross and they think stuff we do is gross, that it's all relative. Um,
Mhm.
so don't if there's something you like, don't let anybody tell you that it's gross because, I mean, as long as it's edible.
Right. Like whatever you say it, and I have sort of adopted it, the whole like don't let anybody yuck your yum. So if you want
Right.
to have pickles and balsamic reduction on ice cream, you go for it.
Yes, and to see, get that pregnancy test
Right.
because that's a good
Right.
indicator.
I mean, think about Laverne and Shirley when Laverne used to drink Coke with milk.
I never saw that, but I did recently see one of the coffee creamer companies is making a creamer specifically for soda, and it's a dirty soda
Yes.
that they're calling it. And it's so like you pair this with an orange soda, or you pair this with a Coke,
Hmm.
which, yeah. And there was all those like phosphates and egg creams and all these like drinks that they used to make, non-alcoholic
Hmm.
soda fountain drinks that have kind of gone by the wayside. And sometimes if you stumble upon a place that still does one of those, it seems like, well, this is weird,
Well,
like,
just go to Utah.
yeah. Well, if you've ever had a phosphate or you've ever had an egg cream, you can't help but be a little disappointed because
Hmm.
it's mostly soda water and then there's cream usually on top. But I mean, they can be also quite nice. But once you get over the feeling like an egg cream should be more like a milkshake with that title, it should be like
Right.
custard or something. But it's actually like a soda water thing with like chocolate in it. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is actually quite good, but it's definitely not what I was expecting.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like soda culture is a whole thing in and of itself. I'll tell you what.
I mean, it used to
Um,
especially be, soda
yeah.
fountains were such a huge thing,
Yeah.
especially during temperance.
Well, yeah. And like I said, go to Utah, watch Real Housewives of, no,
Yeah.
what is it? More Life of Mormon Wives? I don't know, whatever it
I've
is.
been to the airport in Salt Lake. That was enough.
There you go. But probably there you can get a crazy soda.
I bet you can.
And my last one is from my grandma. She used to put salt on cantaloupe. It's delicious. I still do it.
Okay. I hate cantaloupe. But
Wait, is cantaloupe the orange one or the green one?
orange.
Yeah, she used to
You're
put it
thinking
on cantaloupe.
honeydew is the green.
Okay, yes, on cantaloupe. And it sort of
I pretty
it
much
made
hate
it
all melons.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't
Well,
think of a melon that I like. I mean, I like melons, but I but cantaloupe, the fruit, no, thank you.
there's our episode title. Eric likes melons.
Yeah, put a little salt on that.
Okay, and here's the part where we got a gutter ball.
There you go.
All right, we're probably out of
Can you
time
why did I strike out so much?
because of bad puns like that one.
There you go. Oh boy.
All right, are we out of time?
We are out of time. So we actually need to figure out what we're talking about next week on the big show.
All right, let's figure it out. Can you hear my pencil? Can you hear my pencil?
A look back on 2025.
What? That's crazy. How convenient. All right.
Thanks,
I love it.
Wheel.
I appreciate you, Wheel. I mean, even if there only was one topic. Perfect. We can
Merry Christmas, Wheel. God bless us one and all.
tiny wheel. What is it? It's Timothy now, or it's Tim now. I'm referencing an SNL skit. Anyway, people, hey, Merry everything to all of you. And
Yes.
we look forward to celebrating and acknowledging an awesome 2025 and an upcoming 2026 on our next episode next week.
Yeah, we hope you had a wonderful Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year's, Kwanzaa, etc., etc. Thanks so much for listening to Don't Ask Me to Talk. We love you so much.
Bye.
We go out as you continue to furiously draw your caricatures.
I am. I'm writing Year Unwrapped. I mean, if Spotify can do it and Uber Eats can do it, so can Damped.
All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody. We will be back next week, and we'll be back in 2026. Take care. Happy holidays.